Various sectors have lined up dozens of activities today in celebration of the country's 123rd Independence Day. Fully vaccinated senior citizens are now allowed to go out in GCQ and MGCQ areas, but still with some restrictions. Amid easing restrictions, the Octa research group stressed the importance of maintaining border controls in NCR Plus to prevent a resurgence of cases. A regional president of PDP-LABAN says the party might end up splitting into two as tensions between its members continue to sizzle. And one contestant in America's Got Talent is winning the world over, not just because of her inspiring story, but also because of her incredible talent.
It's alright to be lost sometimes.
Focused and fearless. Here's everything you need to know to jumpstart your weekend. I'm Riza Diaz. Various agencies and groups lined up job fairs, protests, and webinars today as the country celebrates its 123rd Independence Day. To start, the Labor Department is set to conduct an online negosyo and job fair, while LRT and MRT are offering free rides for everyone from 7 in the morning to 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Meanwhile, Bagong Alyansang Makabayan or Bayan will hold a protest at the Chinese consulate in Makati City at 9 in the morning in a bid to urge China to keep its hands off the West Philippine Sea. Bayan USA Northeast will also hold a rally in New York to demand the resignation of President Duterte for his, quote, defeatist remarks in relation to China's incursions in the West Philippine Sea. At 10 in the morning, youth led an initiative by the Asia Foundation and United States Agency for International Development will hold a webinar on how the youth can take part in discussions about the West Philippine Sea. The Isang Bayan Opposition Meanwhile Coalition will also hold a webinar at 2 p.m. to discuss matters related to the 2022 election. Kabataan Party List will conduct a roundtable discussion at 3 p.m. regarding the youth's role in asserting national sovereignty. Youth leaders from other Asian countries such as Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand, Malaysia, and Myanmar will be present in the event. Ibon Foundation Executive Director Sony Africa will speak on the Chinese death trap, and Vice President Lani Robredo will share a special Independence Day message for the youth. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony J. Blinken has released a statement commemorating the Philippines' Independence Day. He says that the history between Philippines and the U.S. provides a strong foundation for the alliance as the two countries strive to ensure a more stable, peaceful, and prosperous Indo-Pacific region. He adds that the U.S. hopes to further deepen the friendship and cooperation between the two countries for, quote, many years to come. The IATF has allowed gyms and other related establishments to reopen again at a limited capacity, while fully vaccinated senior citizens could now go out of their homes. Maricel Halili with the report.
Senior citizens in GCQ and modified GCQ areas are now allowed to go out, but that's if they're already fully vaccinated.
Basta ho, ipakita lang ho yung proof ng vaccination nila at syempre yun nga, ipakita rin na ito dapat ay over 2 weeks na nung second dose nila. No? So para talagang mapayagan silang makapasok dito sa mga establishmento.
They were previously barred from exiting their homes since they are highly susceptible to COVID infection. Some senior citizens are now looking forward to a day out.
Para makabandig ko yung mga apo ko, kasi mahilig din magmuli. Masarap kaya.
Okay naman lumabas-labas na medyo naka-exercise ka.
Still, there are limitations to their movement.
Pinagbabawal pa din po sa mga fully vaccinated senior citizens ang interzonal travel maliban sa nauna ng pinayagang point-to-point interzonal travel.
This means elderly people in the NCR Plus bubble won't be able to travel outside Metro Manila, Cavite, Rizal, Laguna, and Bulacan. Similar restrictions apply to other GCQ and MGCQ areas. For Marikina Mayor Marcy Chodoro, there should be clear guidelines first before the new directive is implemented.
There should be, I think, a practice of minimum public health standard for the senior citizen. Fully vaccinated is not so guaranteed that we could rely upon.
The interagency task force also loosened restrictions for some establishments in the NCR Plus bubble. Gyms and other indoor non-contact sports venue may now reopen up to 30% capacity, while historical sites and museums can serve up to 20%. The Opta research team isn't opposed to reopening such businesses since cases in Metro Manila are seeing a decline.
There will always be risks when we ease restrictions, pero we have to take those risks at some point. At least ngayon, nasa moderate risk tayo yung NCR. So it seems to be a time na we can take these risks. And so far, during this period na under GCQ tayo, wala naman tayo nakitang transmissions sa mga workplaces.
Opta says daily cases in NCR average below 1,000 since June 4. Hospital care utilization rate and ICU occupancy rate in the region are also lower. The NCR Plus bubble remains under GCQ with restrictions until June 15. For News 5, Marisol Halili, We Are One News.
One health expert says senior citizens can travel point to point to minimize their exposure risk. UP NIH Institute of Aging Director and NITAG member Shelly De La Vega told One News that it will be safer for senior citizens to travel point to point. De La Vega adds that the elderly will be better protected if they will spend their time outside around people who are fully vaccinated as well.
The message here is if we know where the senior wants to go, that some place that is meaningful to him or her, and they are accompanied by responsible adults, that they have been fully vaccinated, and that people who, for example, the resort where they are going to, or the house or province that they go to, also have people there who are fully vaccinated, then it makes that point-to-point travel safer for senior citizens.
De La Vega also noted that ageism remains to be a challenge in the vaccination of the elderly population, on top of other bottlenecks, including vaccine supply and transportation to vaccination centers.
It's not only hesitancy of these senior citizens, but we realize in several studies that their children sometimes do not want to have their parents vaccinated. Now, this is what we call ageism, I think, because they think that older people are too frail, too weak, but actually they are the ones who need the vaccine the most. We really have to assure senior citizens that they will have enough supplies, plus transportation to where the vaccine centers are, if possible, get the vaccine as close to their home as possible.
And we'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. Still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. PDP-LABAN, the country's ruling party, may possibly split as the rift between its members deepens. That's according to PDP-LABAN Regional President for Caraga and Surigao del Sur 2nd District Representative Johnny Pimentel. Speaking to the chiefs, Pimentel said that they will know for sure how the party will stand at their assembly on July 17. That is, if a new party president is nominated and voted. In the meantime, Pimentel said this is still a speculation, but very much a big possibility.
there could be a big possibility na magkaka-split talaga. The contention of Vice Chairman Alcusi is that the President should be elected. What if during the meeting, somebody would raise that question or somebody would move to open the position of President of PDP-LABAN open. And then it will be open for nomination. Then we already know after the nomination, then comes the voting. Baka ganun ang mangyari. But this is purely speculation because there's still no agenda yet.
Signal TV, TV5, and the PLDT Smart are going all out to deliver an immersive Tokyo Olympic experience to Filipinos. So what does the MVP Group have to offer? Gretchen Ho tells us more.
Faster, higher, stronger. This year, the MVP Group through Signal TV, TV5, Smart, and PLDT are set to deliver a world-class coverage and immersive Tokyo 2020 Olympic experience. The games would be aired for free on TV5 and on One Sports.
We have a very comprehensive content plan. We have enough airtime to actually ensure that they're aired on TV5 and in One Sports, as you say, Channel 41. Yan po, no? We're making sure that all of them will be there.
Signal TV is also opening up 2 exclusive channels to broadcast the games 24/7. Live updates, exclusive content, coverages, and highlights will also be available for Signal Play subscribers. Smart, meanwhile, will be offering wide coverage of the Olympics through their promos and the GigaFest.Smart website. PLDT will also offer 10 channels to select PLDT Triple Play subscribers, rounding out the group's comprehensive multi-platform coverage for the Olympic Games.
We will bring the total Olympics experience and rally the nation's support for our athletes in their bid to finally crack the country's first gold medal.
10 Pinoy athletes will try to give the country its first Olympic gold. These are vaulter Ernest John Obiena, gymnast Kaloy Yulo, boxers Yumir Marshal, Irish Magno, Carlo Paalam, and Nesty Petesio, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, rower Chris Nevares, Jin, Kurt Barbosa, and skateboarder Marjeline Didal. U.S. Women Open champion Yuka Sasso is also expected to qualify for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. The Summer Games will take place from July 23 to August 8.
America's Got Talent contestant Night Bird tugged a lot of heartstrings, including the judges of the competition, which made her win the coveted Golden Buzzer. But how exactly did she do it? MJ Marfori tells us in this story.
Last time I checked, I had some cancer in my lungs, my spine, and my liver.
Wow.
That night, 3 things filled the America's Got Talent auditorium: applause, confetti, and tears. That's after the stellar showing of Ohio's Jane Marczewski, or Nightbird. The 30-year-old performed her original song, It's Okay.
It's alright to be lost sometimes.
The song tackles her battle with cancer that has already metastasized.
You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy.
The judges were stunned by Nightbird's heart-wrenching song, especially the oft-strict Simon Cowell. Of all singers who tried their luck on the AGT stage, they said Nightbird's It's Okay was the most moving and authentic performance thus far. Everybody gave her a yes, save for Simon. But the judge has something else for Nightbird, the much-coveted Golden Buzzer.
Everything about that is really special.
For Nightbird, whatever happens moving forward, she'd surely treasure the golden moment forever.
I have a 2% chance of survival, but 2% is not 0%. 2% is something. and I wish people knew how amazing it is.
For News 5, MJ Marfori, we are One News.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later again at 10 in the morning as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.